Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is day 4 of 4 possible days of qualifiers for the WPA Players Championships here in Las Vegas. Top 4 players from today will move on to stage 2, which starts tomorrow. We're coming to you live from Griff's Billiards here in Vegas. I'm joined alongside by my friend Jason Kane. How are you this morning, sir?
Good. How are you doing? We have a good match today. It's the first match of the day in the final qualifier. So we have 4 more players, the last 4, to join the 12 that have already qualified for the main stage 2 event of 64 players. We have Chris Alexander from Jersey in the Channel Islands against Luu Minh Phuc from Vietnam. I don't know much about these players, Ben.
Yeah, we tried to do a little digging on them and couldn't find a whole lot. We did get a chance to speak with them a little bit, so we do have a teeny bit of information on them, but they have made the journey over here from their home countries, and I would imagine that they didn't just travel over here for fun.
Absolutely. Luu Minh from Vietnam, 35 years old, started playing 3-cushion billiards, now playing American pool. And Chris Alexander started in English 8-ball before switching games.
Let's see how these styles contrast. See, Chris has a powerful break.
Made a ball. Cue ball got away from him a little bit.
First break of the day has been an illegal break, and both players have already acknowledged that. We do have a 3-point rule on the break, folks. 3 balls must be pocketed, or 3 balls must cross a head string, or any combination of the two. He did pocket a ball, and the 1 ball did cross the head string. However, no other balls were pocketed, no other balls crossed the head string. So that gives Phuc the option to take this on or pass it back to Alexander. Looks like he's opted to take this on, and I think he'll go for the 4-rail safety. Pretty good opening shot there from Phuc.
Probably his 3-cushion knowledge came into play there.
Yes, I think we may see some rail play from this gentleman. I would imagine he understands how these rail systems work pretty well.
We also notice the 8 and 9 are a little tied up. Something to think about later in the game for these players.
It doesn't appear that there's enough of the 8 to pocket it in the lower right. He may be able to manufacture something once they get to the 2. See, Chris has a real long backstroke. Slightly Chris Melling-ish, if you will.
Chris Melling will be in stage 2, I believe.
Yes, sir.
And the US Open following next week. He will be here for that.
It's always nice to see Chris. He's such a great guy. Fun guy to be around.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite players.
Yep. And of course, we've all seen the miraculous run out from about 2 years ago now.
I like the first shot he played on that timed shot.
The timing.
Yeah. Well, all the shots, but that one I
kick shot.
Maybe a safety and moving the 8. Moving the 8. Oh, he didn't want to play like that, though.
He played that extremely firm. And he's going to leave a shot for Chris Alexander. So a real first open opportunity here for either player to be aggressive.
Yeah, good chance here.
And after this rack, folks, we'll go ahead and give you a quick rundown of the format, kind of the style and the rules that we're playing by.
The angle's a little funny here, Ben.
Yeah, it looks like he's tracking toward that 8 ball. I wonder if the 2 can pass the 9 into the side. I think that might be what he's looking at. He may just use the 8 to kill the cue ball and take that tough cut on the 2 in the side. It's kind of got built-in position for the 3 ball if he's able to just use the 8 to kill the cue ball, like so.
Did exactly as you said.
He did, but he moved the 8 kind of in the path of where he would like to travel with his cue ball. So we'll see if he can.
Yeah, he's looking over there. He's pointing to the point on the rail where he has to be above so he doesn't get snookered. So that's what players normally do. They make a visual memory of a mark on a table and go above it. If you go below it, you are snookered. Let's see if oh, he missed the shot.
He overcut it by just a touch.
I think he was thinking so much about not getting snookered, he forgot to make the ball.
That ball needs this. Oh, a little bit of inside. I thought that he might end up behind the 4-ball there.
I think we've seen this week first game jitters in a lot of our early matches.
Yes, we have. Can't say that I blame these folks either. This is a big event. A lot riding on it, especially this is day 4 now, so these folks know that of the approximately 50 players that are playing today, trying to qualify, only 4 are going to make it. So everyone's got to be on their game today. And we did have one other player who didn't play in the first 3 qualifiers who's thrown his name into the hat today. A gentleman by the name of Mr. Jeremy Jones. So he's going to be duking it out for his opportunity to qualify as well.
And he's an excellent commentator. I like listening to him as well.
He is, yes. Great commentator, great guy. He was the co-captain for Team USA's Moscone Cup team this year, or last year, and is again for this year's team, I should say.
I think that was an excellent move by Team USA to add him as a co-captain.
Yes, yes, it
got them over the line. Helped get them over the line anyway.
Absolutely. That 5-ball wiped its feet on the way in, but no harm, no foul.
Lumen looking good here. Can he avoid my jinx?
Yeah, I'm going to try to not make too many predictions early on in the rack because I was proven wrong a few times yesterday and don't like to feel like I'm cursing the players. But you're absolutely right. And Luu Minh Phuc takes down game number 1, and he will be breaking off in game number 2. Folks, this format is a race to 5. All these matches are single elimination, races to 5, alternating break. We're playing 9-ball, the 1 racked on the spot, the 9 in the middle. The rest of the balls do not count, or do not matter. We have a 3-point rule, as I explained in rack number 1. We also have a 3-foul rule in effect. If a player should foul 3 consecutive times in a row in a rack, they lose that rack. The 9-ball does count in all 6 pockets on the break as well as a win.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to that first one, the 3-point, but both players saw it immediately.
Yep, both players immediately saw it, so I think they're becoming more familiar with it as this week progresses. We did see some illegal breaks earlier on in the tournament where neither player caught it.
Yeah. And this is a WPA Players Championship, the World Pool Billiard Association staging this event, produced by CSI on the Andy 988 cloth. Lovely diamond tables, Cyclop Hyperion balls with master billiard chalk.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get some really cool camera angles throughout the day. You guys will get to see kind of up close this new set of Cyclop Hyperion pool balls and the new cue ball. They're both extremely interesting, very vibrant.
Made the wing ball and a ball on the side.
7-ball came up table and back down. The 1-ball crossed the head string as well. And the ball was pocketed, so he did successfully execute the 3-point break shot.
In that situation, say he made 2 balls and only 1 ball went across, that would count then? Each ball counts as a ball plus 1 going over?
Correct.
But he made 2 anyway over?
Correct, yes.
Okay. Looking at a safety or bank shot here. I'm not going to guess what he's doing. Let's find out.
And it's, if a player doesn't execute a legal break, it's not a foul and it's not ball in hand. The incoming player will then have the option to take on the rack or to pass it back. They also have the option to push out.
Not the incoming player. If it's an illegal break, if he gives it back, then the original player can still push out, but if the incoming player takes it, he cannot push out. That's
Correct.
what John Lehman told me.
Correct. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I think I've worded that funny. You're
I
right.
think so. I'm still learning as well. Well, that was close. Hit both points. Luckily, well,
I think he knew there was a good chance that had he missed the ball, he would be okay. He was fortunate to end up where he did, but
he had good position on the purple 4 if he had made that bank. Chris Alexander spot a bother here. You can see the edge of the 1, but
what do you do with it?
yeah. We have to kick safe. Or if you're playing in the amateur pool league, just give it a good old whack.
My thoughts exactly. I think it's really hard to control where the 1 ball is going to end up here. You can see he's really studying this. I think he might be looking at that 1-9. It's not a high percentage shot, but there really isn't much of a high percentage shot on offer. He's really taking his time on this one. I can't say that I blame him.
Chris Alexander is a 6.75 Fargo. Luu Minh is a 7.15, but he only has 164 games in the system, so not actually completely established yet. Oh, hello. Might have to get a jump cue out here, though. He gave it the good old whack.
He did. I think
Why not?
He was in a. I think he felt like he was in a spot to where it was really hard to try and hit it soft and try to control something. So why not hit it hard and hope something good happens?
This is a good view of the jump shot, or yes, jump shot he's about to attempt.
He's got about half a ball to jump over here, maybe 2/3. This will be our first opportunity to see Chris with the jump stick. I'm anxious to see if, at any point in this match, if Phuc ends up using a jump stick, given his 3-cushion billiard background. He may not even own a jump cue.
Good hit, but he's left it, but he's tied a 6-8 up, which could help him. However, Luu Minh, purple 4 ball, Well, you do have the one rail
Yeah.
up and down. He's not looking. He has to turn his body completely the other way. Yeah, go over there. No. But she's getting close. Maybe today she can get it done.
Would be really nice to see a woman come through the qualifier.
Yes.
Make it into stage 2.
Lumen goes up 2-0 over Chris Alexander.
Folks, we are coming to you live from Griff's Billiards here in Las Vegas. This event is sponsored by How Tips and Predator Cues. Also want to thank the Rio Hotel and Casino for their constant support and sponsorship of our events. Of course, CueSports International and the WPA itself, amongst others that we will touch on throughout the match and throughout the day.
Now, Ben, let's see. He had an illegal break last time, didn't he?
He did, and he drew the cue ball straight back up table, which told me he mishit it much lower than he had intended.
Oh.
Well, he successfully executed the 3-point rule, but unfortunately pocketed the cue ball in the side pocket. Did notice he's got quite a bit of movement on his break shot. He kind of seemed to kind of fall a little sideways on that follow through. I don't know if that had anything to do with the result or if that's how he just normally breaks.
Lumen, meanwhile, has a wide open table here, Ben.
Yes, he does.
We're not going to jinx him, though. We're just going to see.
We won't jinx him, but we will say that he has an opportunity to not let Chris Alexander back to the table until Phuc is on the hill. It's 2-0 right now, and we're racing to 5. Phuc has ball in hand, so if he runs out here, and he's got the break next rack, he's able to run 2 in a row, he will be in really good position. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, though. Anything could happen. I like that little pinch draw there. He could have settled and stayed on the other side of it, taken a little bit of a deeper cut on the 3 to the lower right. Instead, he kind of pinch snap drew that cue ball back, and now he's able to play the 3 in the lower left, which will award him a little bit easier positional play for the 4.
This TV table here, I like the space around it. A lot of seating. No one's in your way. It's nice for the players.
Yeah, there is plenty of room over there. We've got some camera equipment over there as well, too, and it's nowhere near in the way of the players. So, yeah, there's plenty of room.
A little out of line here.
bit. I think he will just finesse this. A little bit of top, maybe a touch of top inside, possibly play the 5 in the left side pocket. He's got a few options. We'll see what he does. I like taking the cue ball right back in between the 5 and 7, bringing it toward the 8 ball. Suppose he could draw underneath it as well. Just a matter of preference. I think playing it with top is a little less risky. A little bit too much inside, and now he's snookered behind the 7 ball. I think he may have been trying to just bump into the face of the 7 ball and park the cue ball there to play the 5 in the lower left, which was a good shot selection. Unfortunately, he just failed to execute it properly. Oh, I didn't know
he went for the super thin cut.
He did, but I didn't know he could see enough of it.
No, we thought he was had to jump that off Massey.
Yeah.
Here's a chance for Chris Alexander to get back in the match.
I was about to say, if the 5 passes the 9, I like going for the run out, and that's great camera work right there. We can see the 5 does pass. If he's not comfortable with it, or if he doesn't like it, he can certainly just roll the 5 forward hard enough to hit the rail and put the cue ball behind the 7.
He's got to go for this.
I agree.
Has to. If he doesn't go for this, well, I'm not going to bet anything, but he's going for it.
Nice shot.
Nice, big shot. He needed that. Stayed down. Good form. Speedy. I've had some feedback from the players. This TV table, I don't know, it's playing a little faster than the outside tables. They have said, anyway, just slightly. Nice shot.
A very nice shot. Nice finish to the rack there by Mr. Chris Alexander. Gets to slide a beat over. He'll be trailing 2-1, and Phuc will be breaking off in rack number 4.
Yes, Ben, this is the last day of qualifiers. We have had one player, Jeff DeLuna, lose every single day right at the end of the day in the last match.
Right at that deciding match.
And today's his last chance to qualify. He must be feeling the heat now.
While we're on that topic, folks, if you want to check the brackets or see who's playing who and when, check out www.ctsondemand.com. Today's field is, all these fields have been incredible. But today is the last day for qualifying, and if you look at that roster of players and you realize that only 4 of them are going to make it, it's pretty unbelievable. It's at some of the names that unfortunately won't be making it to stage 2.
And I looked at one little section with Jeff DeLuna in it. Also has Vilmos Folds, Tyler Steyer, Donnie Branson, and a bunch of other monsters.
Ruslan Shinnikov.
Oh, yeah, only one of those guys will make it. That is just the way it goes.
I think it's worth mentioning, folks, Chris Melling is in the building.
And he just ordered a pie and a pint of beer at noon Pacific time here.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
So what happened? It came up empty? Yep.
Yep, came up dry on the break.
Lumen.
It was successful, or should I say it was legal. Nothing fell, though.
Chris looking over with just a punch stun over there. To get over for the 2 in the corner, the blue 2. Just, he had a look where he wanted to be.
Looks like he's overcutting it.
Just punch over there. Beautiful. Nice shot. Looking a bit more confident now. Won a game.
Yeah, he's picked up his pace a little, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Seems to be moving around the table a little quicker. Which is generally a sign of good confidence.
Key shot is going from the 3 to the purple 4 here. Because once that's out of the way, it gets a lot easier. Probably go forward on this shot, Ben, wouldn't you? 2 rails out?
Yes,
Middle of the table,
play
kind
a
of?
little bit of top right-hand spin on this. Try to get it about center table. Yeah, you do need to bear in mind where the 7 and 8 are.
Sure. Most likely everyone would go short on this shot.
Yeah, you'd ideally love the cue ball to be about where the 7 is. But, you know, don't necessarily.
He might hit 1 rail here. Oh, no. Well. Okay.
Maybe he was trying to come down for the side?
I think he was coming
don't know.
down for this corner, bottom left corner, maybe just missing a point. I don't know. We're not sure.
He still has the option to play the lower left should it clear the 9. I wasn't certain if it did or not, but he still has that option if that's what he likes to play. Oh, plenty of room.
Nice shot. Slow down.
Plenty of room.
Oh, he's okay. Actually, the way he played position to get on the 4 was better. Once we knew it went down there.
Yeah.
As long as you don't go near the side pocket.
Got a few different options here. I kind of like just pocketing this ball and spinning around it 2 rails. Oh, he killed the cue ball really nicely there.
I think coming from the English 8-ball background, they don't really, those players don't spin the ball around. They don't do any of that stuff. They just go, everything's flat, punchy. So we might see him do opposite what we're thinking. A typical 9-ball would, you know, a player would think. But he's making a nice out here.
Yes, he is. Chris handled this rack very well. Got a little funny on 1 ball, but recovered very nicely. We are tied up at 2 apiece, and Mr. Alexander will be breaking off here in rack number 5.
We have an excellent match coming up next at 1 p.m. Vilmos Folds versus Tyler Steyer. How about that?
It's unfortunate that only one of them can go on. And I believe the winner of that match plays Ruslan.
I think so. If he wins or if he got a bye, yes. Not sure exactly though.
I think Ruslan caught a bye in the first round today.
No, I think, yeah, maybe Donnie's might be playing Ruslan next. We'll double check if Donnie wins. Let's see how Chris Alexander attacks these.
If Donnie wins, Donnie will be playing Ruslan, yes, at 4 p.m.
Well, that counts. Cue ball nearly went flying, but he's made a ball or 2.
Golden break.
Oh, hello.
Game over.
Look at that. 3-2 Chris Alexander.
Funny how things turn around in this game, huh?
I'll tell you, that cue ball nearly went aside again, like he did last time. Jumped up in the air, landed back on the table. Thank you very much. Vilmos, by the way, for the next match, I think both times he's been on TV table, he's lost. His first match of the day.
That is accurate, unfortunately.
I hope it doesn't jinx him again.
On the flip side of that coin, the one time Tyler has been on the stream table, he's pulled off a victory. He was down 2-0 to, who was it yesterday? Give me a moment and I'll figure it out. Yeah, Tyler was down 2-0 and ended up winning 5 straight racks on our TV table.
I think it
yesterday.
was Chinnikov. Maybe. No.
No. I think that was an earlier match.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember. Tyler ended up losing in the final match of the day to Omar Al Shaheen, who qualified yesterday. Cue ball. He is not going to like this. Luu Minh Phuc is going to be having to face 2-4 down.
My goodness. Makes 4 balls on the break and leaves a 3-9 combo. Just like that, Chris Alexander's on the hill. And breaking.
Luu Minh was up 2-0.
In a matter of 2 shots, yes. Chris Alexander has gotten 2 more wins on his side of the board. It's an exciting and brutal game we play, folks.
Wow. I don't even know what mistake has Luu Minh made to get... He's made one little mistake, I think. Well, other than the scratch in there, but just in the middle of the game, one mistake and he's down 4-2 all of a sudden.
That match was between Tyler Steyer and Ruslan.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, I just went back and looked.
Yeah, I know. Oh, Ruslan made this. I don't know if you were commentating. He missed the 6 ball in a side. He was up 2-0, running out. He missed a 6. He got out of line, missed a 6, and then that was it. I don't think he really shot much again.
Yeah, I was in the booth on that match because I do remember.
You remember the Tournament of Kings Excalibur Cornish hen thing, huh?
And I remember kind of criticizing a little bit, if you will, Tyler's break.
Chris Alexander scratching here?
I can do that because I'm his buddy. But
oh, yeah.
His break wasn't. His break is usually the one of the best parts of his game, and it just wasn't working for him in that TV match yesterday. But the rest of his game was just so on point that there was no stopping him.
Luu Minh here gets a chance. Chris Alexander made a ball, but he scratched in the corner. Ball in hand for Luu Minh. Wide open table. Can he stay in the match here?
So the break has been a massive factor in this. We've seen, what, 3 or 4 break and scratches?
Yeah. An illegal break as well, the first one.
Eklund Kachi just entered the building. Just a building full of killers.
Carl Boyers eating a salad back there, lovely salad. Chris Melling's got a pie with a double order of chips. Casey's not even going to eat. He says, no food.
Kachi said, I'm going to the gym.
Yeah, I'm going to the gym. Yes, he is. He's going to the gym. Yeah. They love it.
It's awesome to see the camaraderie amongst these folks as well. The respect all these top players have for each other is awesome. So Luu Minh kind of has his back against the wall here. He can't afford one more mistake, and he's going to need a break from Chris at some point if he wants to win this match. Yes.
This is their last chance. If he loses, he's out and he's done. He's come all this way and he's done. He can't get in the next stage. Just imagine the pressure he's under.
Luu Minh looking pretty good from here. Should he win this rack, he will be breaking off in rack number 8.
There's $50,000 added to this WPA Players Championship. Awaiting those players in the final 64.
$50,000 added. First place is $10,000. Second place is $7,000. Third and fourth get $5,000 each. Fifth through 8th get $3,000 each. 9th through 16th are going to make $1,500. And 17th through 32nd will take home $400.
And there's also that consolation event for first round losers in stage 2.
That's right. We should touch on that. We haven't spoken, or I haven't spoken a whole lot about that. The first 32 players that are eliminated from stage 2 have no additional entry fee required entry into what we're calling the consolation event. It will be a single elimination 9-ball event as well, race to 5. The finals and semifinals will be races to 7. Same rules, alternating break, WPA rules. First place in that will be $1,500. Second place is $1,000. Third through fourth, it's $500. Fifth through 8th place get $250, and 9th through 16th place will get $150 each. So that's just kind of a free entry consolation event for the first 32 players that are knocked out of stage 2.
Basically, you just need to win one match in either the main event or the consolation event, and you're in the money. You have to win. All you have to do is win one match. The only way to not get any money back is if you can't win a match, because it's single elimination.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Just need one match and get some money. Nine-ball again?
Are you kidding me?
Well, he made the 1.
And he made a legal break. The 5 and the 7 did pass, and he pocketed the 1. So he executed all 3 points of the break.
This could be a hill if he makes this. Billiard.
That's 2 breaks in a row from Phuc, where the 9 has traveled to that same spot. I don't know if it's something he's doing on his break that's allowing that to happen, or if it's possibly a gap or something in the rack that is allowing that 9 to squirt over like that. But we've got hill action, folks.
Hill. Wow, look at how the match is turning one way and the other.
We've had 3 or 4 big twists.
Excellent fighting back by Lumen here.
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's all we can ask for. Hill battle. First game of the day, first match of the day. Can Chris Alexander keep the cue ball on the table?
Yeah, we've seen him scratch 2 or 3 times on the break now. 2 times, I believe, and he's had a golden break.
The number one thing, if I was him, was make sure I keep the cue ball parked. Do not let it fly like it has been towards that side pocket. Let's see. Cue ball's moving towards the side.
3 ball saved him. Looked like it was tracking toward that corner.
Nothing went in.
And look at the 2-9
possibility.
He's
hooked on the 1, I think. It's a good, exciting last game.
Yes, it is. Naoki Oi just walked in the building.
Let's get him on a commentator and see what happens.
I would love to go interview that gentleman. Folks that aren't familiar with Naoki Oi, he is probably the most entertaining person to watch in an interview.
I don't think it would be safe. I mean, I'm a little nuts, but he gives me the 5 and out. He'd be talking about pineapples and all kinds of things.
Yes.
Nothing to do with the game.
Yep, it's so much fun listening.
No, I love him as well. He's excellent. You need characters like that in a game.
Yeah.
Not just, I love these young guys. They're very serious. They're all professional, but I like the characters as well.
Yeah, he's absolute world-class player and completely funny, just great character, great personality.
Lumen here looking, I think he's looking to push. Wow. Let's see what he does. I'm not sure. We can't tell exactly, what he can see of the 1, if he can see the 1.
Looks like he's going to opt to push out.
He's pushing. He wants to move the 2 away. You could maybe bank the 2 behind the 3 to tie it up. Oh, he's going to leave him over the 9.
Oh, that's no good. He's going to get this one back, I believe.
Oh, no, he might be able to see that. It's hard to tell, but it's close, isn't it?
Yeah, from that last angle. That was
But that 2-9 combo is still available.
Yeah.
You know, this is a dangerous situation for either player. Wow, he's taking a gamble here. He's going for it to try and get the win.
He is slightly hampered.
Because he misses this.
He might be able to see just the right edge of it, but he can't see enough to pocket it cleanly with his playing cue.
He's trying to make this. Hope he gets just somewhere up table so he can play the 2-9. I mean, it's a gamble, though. Yeah, he's thinking.
Yeah, he's thinking. He kind of just took a look over at the crowd, like, what do I do?
Yeah, he's looking where he's going to be if he makes it. Oh, he's putting him back in. Oh.
It was all Hollywood. Nothing but theatrics there.
Will that haunt him for the rest of his life if he never gets back to the table? Is he going to get knocked out, sent home packing to Jersey after giving a shot back?
And that's Jersey.
In the Channel Islands.
In the Channel Islands.
Yeah, not
right.
like Jersey, USA.
New Jersey here. He doesn't have a quick little flight.
Now he's going to fly to Gatwick and take a boat.
Well, you know your geography, don't you?
I made the boat. I mean, it's on an island. Maybe he's taking another plane, but he's got to get there somewhere to the Jersey Island.
I think Phuc wants to put Alexander back in now. Can't be too happy with his push out at this point. Phuc pushed out to this position. Alexander studied the table for a moment and has decided to put Lumen back in.
Is he thinking of fouling on purpose and moving the 9? And just hoping with ball in hand Chris Alexander doesn't get out? He is. He doesn't want to leave the combo. He's fouling on purpose here. Yeah, so it's going to be ball in hand to Chris Alexander. And where the 2 is, Phuc thinks, oh, I'll take that chance. Yeah?
Yeah, it looks like
Let's
that.
see. Wow, what an interesting last game.
Kind of trying to weigh percentages in my head right now, and I really don't think that was a terrible shot.
No.
It was a very risky shot to go for the 1.
Unless he never shoots again, and then it wasn't so good.
Well, yeah.
Depends if there's 2. We can't tell if the 2's easy. If the 2's easy, like he's looking at 3 off the 7, then he has a chance here. Chris Alexander to get out. Well, we don't know.
I don't disagree with fouling there intentionally. I think I would have tied something up.
Yes.
Whether it be like you said, bank the 2 back up into the behind the 3, just to kind of increase the difficulty there. He wasn't in a good spot. I mean,
yeah, there's 2 goes.
It must go obviously clean. They're not worried about a ref.
He cues wide away from his body. Off to the side of his chin, if you notice.
Yeah, I saw that he's got a little bit of a pause too at the back. That's an even longer pause on his break shot, which I think might be the reason his timing is a little bit off on his break. That was nicely controlled right there.
Lumen. What is he thinking? Let me see what he looks like sat in a chair.
Very stoic.
I was going to say stoic. Yes, very stoic.
That's kind of a newer word for me to use.
Can Chris Alexander hold himself together and clear these balls?
Chris taking his time on this one here. Very, very important last 6 shots.
Nice shot. A little speedy. Oh, I tell you, this angle.
That's a funny angle to get back for the 6.
He's just getting down, though.
He's getting down, so I'm thinking he's taking the cue ball between the 8 and the upper left corner. Oh, he put a good draw stroke on that. I thought maybe he might go forward. It was a little more natural, but he loved that draw shot, didn't he?
Yeah, it must be one of his specialties, that shot. Felt very comfortable with it. Wow. Don't go on the side. Get away from that side pocket and just float up there.
He's got a pretty good angle to travel back up table. The only real issue I see is how close that cue ball is to the rail. Makes cueing just a little bit more awkward, but I think
He's missed it. Oh, and he didn't get up there either.
He
just hit a bad nervous stroke on that shot, a little punchy. And let's see if Lumen.
Again, that may have been a result of where that cue ball ended up on the rail there. He couldn't bridge quite the way he wanted to. And it's a game of millimeters.
Chris Alexander slumped in his chair, shaking his head.
Rightfully so. He knows he had a golden opportunity there to take the match, and now he's given that same opportunity back to the opposition. If this was rack 1, I think Phuc would have already shot this ball. But this is Hill. The winner moves on, and the loser doesn't.
Look at this.
Struck that really nicely. Wow.
Look at this.
That was perfect. He's going to be a little bit elevated, but it's not going to matter.
Luu Minh Phuc. Is he going to send Chris Alexander back to the Shire for a nice bowl of taters? He's got to get an angle here, though.
And I think Chris only actually had 3 attempts at qualifying. I believe he missed his first day due to a flight issue as well.
Oh, like Tyler. That happened to Tyler Steyer.
Similar scenario, yeah. Didn't catch the details on that, but.
Oh, you had to take the boat, the bus, the train. He took everything. No wonder he missed it. Poor guy. Is there any last-minute drama? No. Wow, this was a good match. Mistakes, but also some great play.
Lots of back and forth swings. We saw how important the break shot was this match. It was a deciding factor in a number of games. And
That's it.
Luu Minh Phuc takes down Chris Alexander by a score of 5-4. I believe we have Vilmos Foldez and Tyler Steyer coming up next. I will double check that, but our next match will be in 12 minutes. I'm Ben Sutherland, joined by Jason Kane. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you shortly.